looking around at the kids that's running around unsupervised, that's running around in the street, looking at the fucking drug dealers that's standing out on the corner selling fucking dope like they're supposed to be out there, like they have fucking licenses to do this shit. Thinking about motherfuckers, black people demonstrating, falling down in the fucking street, raising fucking hell, talking about fucking Black Lives Matter. Well, how in the fuck do you think that black lives gonna matter to a fucking cracker when black lives don't even seem to fucking matter to blacks?
Now, every time you see something in the news about a white doing anything to a black or a white doing anything to a minority, it's open spectrum. Everybody talks about it. We go on for years and years talking about it, months and months talking about it. But the problem is that more blacks are killing blacks and nobody's saying a damn thing about it. Nobody's outraged with blacks killing blacks. I mean, does a black person's life not have any value if another black kills him?
I want you guys to think about something and just take this in for a minute. Did you know that 52% of all murders in the United States were committed by black people? Did you also know that black people only represent 13% of all people in the United States?
And the black community is not outraged. Jesse Jackson is not outraged. Sheila Must I Die Jackson is not outraged. The NAACP don't say a damn thing. And the Black Panther sits by and protests anytime something that appears to be racially motivated comes up. But you stupid Negroes don't ever say anything about blacks killing blacks.
In Goldsboro, North Carolina, over the last few months, several fucking murders. Recently, I'm told that a best friend just walk up to another best friend and shoot him in the fucking head, just fucking murder him. A black person killing another black person. Motherfucking murders in the black community are not being committed by white people, by the fucking police. The majority of murders, about 97% of murders of black men are committed by other black men, and you're talking to me about fucking Black Lives Matter.
When someone goes and shoots up a school, your president says we need to take away guns. But what about when someone holds a city so hostage that they call it Chirac? What about when someone implements a policy called no snitching, which keeps the people of that community hostage, terrorized, because they can't even do what a normal community would do, which is turn into thugs and thieves and killers of that community? What would you call those people? What would you call them, Mr. President? I'd call them savages. I'd call them thugs.
I don't want one of my loved ones killed by a black, by a white, by a Latina, and nobody else. But I don't see any outrage from the black community as long as blacks are killing blacks. Now, somebody please explain to me, because I'm too stupid evidently to figure this out. Why in the hell does the black community, the liberal community, and the media don't say a damn thing about blacks killing blacks?
That's what the United States is dealing with. 13% of its people are committing over half of its murders, but you can't say anything about it. Now, if white people were killing black people, say if they were black people being killed, and 50% of all black people were being killed by white people, what would we say? We'd say we have a race problem. We'd say whites were racist. What if we love to talk about pedophilia or mass murderers? We say those are white crimes, and nobody gets upset when you say that's usually a white male, because apparently white males are easy to pick on. But let me point something else out to you. Imagine if 50% of all engineers in the United States were black. Imagine if 50% of all doctors in the United States were black. Imagine if 50% of anything that was so-called looked up to were black. What if 50% of all college graduates were black? Well, guess what black people would have you do? Well, for those of you who've been following the Oscar incident, you know that black people would be wanting a pat on the back, a butt kissing. And if you didn't do it, you were racist. If you didn't give them an award for it, you were racist, because they'd say only 13% of the population are black, but 50% of doctors are black. 50% of lawyers are black, 50% of engineers, 50% of graduates. What if 50% of people in Harvard were black? They'd want you to cheer for them. Need to give us our propers. But apparently you can't say nothing about black people that they deem bad.